Heyo YouTube, Flowcat here, and it is time for our next showcase video, and this week, guess who we're focusing on? Keqing. So I'm here with Kiryu, the owner of this account, and he's gonna tell me a little bit about him. Kiryu?
Hi guys, I'm Kiryu and I manage the theory crafting channel in Flow's channel. His server actually. I got started on his theory crafting channel because I see that in like newer players don't really have a solid place to go see like how to build teams and how to build characters, and the only places where you could see that is like Keqing main Discord server and like their affiliated servers. So I just wanted to create a helpful learning environment for those new players so they feel welcomed and they know how to continue in the game without making that many mistakes like as new players made. I'm a day one player. I've been playing since like launch back in 2020, and I do admit that I took some breaks, so my characters aren't really leveled, as you can see later on in the video. But I do take pride in like my Keqing and like how I progressed in the game.
All right, nice. And yeah, I super appreciate you helping newer players learn how to build their units, build teams, and all that great stuff. Because, you know, there's a lot of guides and stuff out in the YouTube and on the internet. But as for actually being able to have a one-on-one conversation, you know, that's really helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah, I wish that I could have had a one-on-one talk with people when I first started the game, but since it was like so new, not many people thought how to like build characters properly. So I just am thankful for having the opportunity to like teach people, because even as a theory crafter, I'm still learning how to play this game correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. So now tell me a little bit about why Keqing specifically. Like, why is she your favorite unit?
When I first started the game and I was looking at the current cast of characters back in like 1.0, I saw Keqing's model and I was like, I really like her model because she looks so like cute and adorable, and like she kind of looks like a cat from her hair, and that's one of the reasons. But I had such bad luck getting the correct 5-star on standard banner. As a new player beginning the game for the first time, I kind of spent all my fates and primos on like standard banner instead of using unlimited because I thought I would get a rate up for Keqing. But 6 months later, 4 months later, we had the Keqing banner rate up in February, and I got her, and I've been loving her, loving to use her ever since. And I just am so grateful that she's been getting like more story, like the game, like Lantern right, and she got her own skin. So I just see that Mihoyo is giving love to the Keqing mains out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the team that we have out right now, tell me a little bit about this team and what the goal is.
Okay, so this is my main team. This is for max amount of damage. Keqing is obviously the hyper carry. There's not many reactions, as you can tell. It's just raw elemental damage, and that's usually how I build my teams. Like raw damage, mainly just one element dealing all the damage. And this is an example. This is a C6 Sara, a C5 Bennett, a C0 Zhongli, and a C0 Keqing. C6 Sara gives 60% crit damage actually to electro characters. Whenever they use like electro damage, you can see where this is going. And this is like, if you want the most amount of damage in an entire rotation, this is the comp you would go for. Later on in the video, we're going to have a free-to-play team. So if you don't have a C6 Sara, which many people don't, you can use these characters instead for that team.
Okay, yeah, we'll go over that when we get there, but for now, let's go ahead and showcase this team over by Masanori. So here we are by Masanori, and Kiryu's going to teach me the rotation for this team, and we're going to do a brief showcase.
All right, so first up we have Zhongli's shield. You want to do this so in between your bursts you don't get hit, and then you get stun locked as well. And then you go into Bennett's Q, and then you can do an E if you want, so you can get some energy recharge. Then you would proc Zhongli's meteor, which is the Q, and then Kujo Sara's burst, and then you go into Keqing's E, then Q, then E again, and then you charge attack spam for the rest of the rotation.
All right, sounds good. And we're gonna go ahead and show that off. Boom. Look at all that damage. Yeah, that was pretty great.
Yeah, that 44, I think that was the max amount of damage I've done myself. So I think you did that rotation really well. First try.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And now we're going to go back and show your more free-to-play friendly team. All right, so here we are back in Liyue, and this is Kiryu's more free-to-play friendly team. Go ahead and tell us about it.
All right, so as you see, we substituted Fischl for Kujosara, and we also substituted Diona for Zhongli. The reason is that Diona does shields instead of Zhongli, and she also gives additional heals if you need them. Fischl is mainly for like a sub DPS build, and she also gives the particles for Keqing, but she's a good alternative if you don't have like Raiden or Kujosara C6, because she's a good sub DPS in that matter. I don't have my Fischl build actually, she's just running like random pieces, but she's really good. This comp is a bit biased because Bennett's still C5 and Diona C6, Fischl C6, so not many people can have like the same amount of damage or like utility out of these people, but like it still has the same amount of damage, I would say, if you build your characters correctly.
Okay, nice. Well, we shall see how they perform in the next showcase. All right, and here we are by Masanori. Now Kiryu is going to teach me the rotation for this team.
All right, so we're gonna go in with Diona's Q and then E, so she can gain energy back, and then we're going to do Bennett Q, so he can proc Melt, and then also do his burst, which increases damage. You're gonna do Fischl next, so she can provide on-field support and snapshot Bennett's buff and Diona's buff, and then you're gonna go in with Keqing last, and you're gonna do the same rotation as last time, which is E, Q, E, and then charge attack spam, and then you just repeat the rotation.
All right, sounds good. I'll give it my best shot. Wow, nice. Yeah, no, that felt just as powerful as the other team, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I think it's only like maybe a 25% decrease in damage, but it still outputs nearly the same if you play optimally.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. And I mean, like you mentioned before, all of these units could definitely use, a little more work. So the damage potential could even go higher. That's great. We're going to jump back to Liyue, and we have one more team to showcase for you all. All right, and we are back in Liyue. We have one final team to show you, and as you saw in the beginning of the video, Kiryu has two builds for his Keqing. One Fizz build with Aquila, and an Electro build with Mistsplitter. So a very dedicated Keqing main indeed.
So this is the physical build of Keqing. There's two different ways you can build Keqing, Electro and Physical. Both are really good to invest in. If you do not have the appropriate materials and like artifacts for Electro, Physical is completely fine. They do nearly the same amount of damage if you invest into them properly. If I had like a level 90 Aquila as well, I'd probably do a little bit more damage, but it still does really great damage even if you don't invest as much into it, like just maybe like 20% less, but it still does great damage.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So yeah, we have Diona and pretty much the same team as last time, except we swapped for Rosario. Why did we do that?
So you want to be putting out Superconduct all the time. So with Keqing, you're going to be applying Electro all the time. Diona's Q applies Cryo every like maybe 1.5 seconds, but it's not reliable. So I like to have an additional Cryo character to apply Cryo on my characters. So they deal more Superconduct, which means more damage. And it's just really good to have another energy recharge character that can give you more particles to the entire team.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some added synergy with Cryo Resonance. And if you so happen to have C6 Rosaria, then you get extra Fizz Shred too, which is pretty nice. With all that being said, let's go ahead and show off this team. Okay, so we are here by Masanori for one final showcase. And yeah, go ahead and teach me the rotation, Kiryu.
All right, so like the last team with Diona, you want to do your Q and then E. Instead of saving the energy for Diona, you want to switch immediately into Rosaria's burst, so you can get that energy from there and then do her E. And then you want to do Bennett's Q to proc melt, and then also do like the damage boost from his burst. And then you want to switch into Keqing, doing E, and then you want to do charge attacks instead of using the burst or the second tap E, because you don't want to apply electro on your sword. So tap E, charge attack, and then charge attack spam. There is a useful combo. It's I believe it's NA4 and then you charge attack, so you can conserve stamina if you ever need like extra stamina or you run out of charge attack. So there is like a couple combos about Keqing that you can do, not just charge attack spams.
Right, and so for people that don't know what NA4 means, it just means doing 4 normal attacks. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you would do a charge attack so that you're recovering some stamina while you do your normal attacks. With that being said, let's jump into the showcase. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the rotations felt really good, and I saw some 20k charge attacks plus 15k, I think. That was pretty good.
Yeah, like my Bennett's running Mist Splitter, and if he was running an ER, he'd probably do less damage with his burst. But Rosario is kind of a sub DPS. Bennett's, I guess you can say it's sub DPS as well as the no blast carrier. And then Diona's just there for mega huge shields, and then Keqing's your carry as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did see like a 45k melt or something on Benny's burst.
You saw correctly.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, with all that being said, do you have anything else you want to say to wrap up this video?
I just gotta say that I'm really thankful to Flo for inviting me to his server. I think I was like the 110th person to join his server when he was like really small, and he was just looking to gain some more support, and I've been here ever since, and I loved every moment. And I'm just thankful that I've been able to grow his theory crafting resource category in his Discord, because I just think that helping out other people, especially when they're new and they're just looking for advice on how to get better at the game, which like I don't think Flo nor me nor like the veterans of the game can say about like their experience, because we used up like our fragile resins at AR30, and we used primos to do resin refreshes, and like we put 4-piece glad on Keqing because we thought it was good. But I'm just thankful to like make sure that my mistakes aren't repeated as much for like the new generation of Genshin players.
There were not many resources out when I started the game or you started the game, and many mistakes were made. But with the power of community, we can make sure that, you know, the newer generations of Genshin players learn from those mistakes and maybe have a little more success than we did in our early days.
Yep, their game kind of flows better, if you know what I mean.
Ha 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 ha. So funny. Well, anyway, do you have any closing remarks? Do you have something, any final words?
Just thankful for like everyone, the community. The community is really welcoming. So if you're new from YouTube and you haven't joined the Discord yet, I highly advise you to join. I'm always in there helping out people with their builds. Flo's always on helping with builds as well. We actually voice chat nearly every day. Be glad to see some new people in the voice chat talking to. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, would for sure love to see more people active and see some friendly new faces in the server as well. Thank you, Kiryu. I'm going to let you go now, and I will talk to you later.
All right. See ya.